I'm going to let the players know that we're good to go. Welcome everybody to a match between Wales and England for the World Cup. Nice little inter-UK matchup here for you guys. I am Handsome Dan of the Lion Ilk, and here to bring you a Lion Mirror match. It's going to be Medalliah versus Smolian. Let's take a look at the deck list real quick while they're doing mulligans. So Smolian, playing a pretty familiar list. I'm actually familiar with both of these decks. This is a tower list, so we got your typical tower stuff going on over here. He's got 3 champions of Yomi, which is pretty sick. I like that. But over here he's got the Zentaro, the Mozo, the Agatoki, so your normal commander package. Plus, on the other side, the Unicorn Splash featuring favorite mount, which is all you really need. And then the Phantom commands, of course. So you're just gonna be walking around doing a lot of standing and moving in and all that kind of stuff. He's on 42 cards, so could maybe trim down a little bit, but he's got some important tech in here. Notably, 2 stand your grounds and an assassination could be pretty important in this matchup for keeping the tower around. So very committed to keeping the tower around. He's got 2 Ring of Bindings. Maybe not super necessary for this kind of deck. Call to War did in fact come out, but Call to War actually kind of bad in the mirror match, so maybe he had the foresight to think about this beforehand. So meanwhile, Medalliah on his Crab Splash Honor deck. This deck is looking to play as slow as possible and grind you out and slowly accumulate honor. So Common Cause, Mountain Does Not Fall there, just to allow you to play defensively and just get you those extra conflicts you need to stay alive. And meanwhile, everything else is pretty much committed to the Honor package, to the Honor Blades, the Kami Unleashed, Hero 3 Trees, Medium the Living Soul, all the stuff that you normally see in the Honor Lion deck. So it looks like they have gotten started. Smolian well aware of the fact that this is an Honor deck, so he starts out by bidding 1. Definitely a somewhat risky endeavor here, given that the tower deck really needs cards early to get their tower online as fast as possible, but when you're against an Honor deck, sometimes you just really can't take that risk. So he looks to go low here, and he does bid low, bids 1 to start with, because he has a Tactical Ingenuity and an Imperial Storehouse, so maybe pretty covered on the card draw side. Get the Tactician might also win a conflict here and net him an extra card. We're going to see a defense here on this Air Ring with the Gifted Tactician. Probably not going to be able to have the Pulse stat to pump past just this naked Hero 3 Trees. All it really takes is 1 court games or something like that just to honor this dude up. Yama in the chat saying this match is essentially the Spider-Man pointing at himself ×2. Yeah, kind of, sort of, but it's not quite the same. So definitely a little bit of nuance in this matchup. I do think that Honor is I don't want to say heavily favored, but definitely very favored in this matchup. It's hard for the tower deck to get going against a deck that can sort of match it enough in the early game. And I think that the Honor deck can really stall out long enough just to get that incremental Honor gain that they need to make their deck really work. So here we see a Phantom Command come down on the Gifted Tactician, put its Pulse stat up to 2, also keeps the card count lower. We're going to see Medalliah play a Nakoma Reservist outside of the conflict here. Not quite low enough yet. Kami Unleashed did come down in the conflict, so that was able to resolve an Air Ring, get that extra 2 honor. We're going to see Prepare for War to honor this Gifted Tactician, but a much more efficient court game is just to honor the Hero 3 Trees, but a Defender Honor comes down, and so that's actually going to keep Medalliah from honoring this Hero 3 Trees. So good stuff there. No court games will be enabled here. I think if I were Medalliah, I might have considered actually bidding to win that. No keeper. It's not a keeper deck, obviously, so you don't have to worry about keepers. But at least you get your Hero 3 Trees honored, and you're gonna get your honor at some point in time, right? So maybe just going ahead and bidding a little bit there to enable your game plan a little more so would be pretty good. Alright, so we see a pass through here. Q Nakoma bowed the Ashigar Levy, so we didn't see anything happen there from that. But did we see Tactile Ingenuity used? I don't think so, huh? Yeah, so you didn't use the Tactile Ingenuity. I guess you really wanted to avoid getting that extra honor gain from the Hero 3 trees, but man, you missed out on card draw there. Definitely could have gone for it. Hero 3 trees still on the board in play. Samurai of Integrity is going to come out now for Smolian. With the LPB on the other side. 2 Zentaro available for Medalliah, so could overlay on any of these characters for pretty decent gain here. There is a favorable ground to be stolen on the other side if he wants to go for that, but obviously with favorable ground you can just burn it before the steal happens, so we're not going to see a steal there.
So
Alright, so Smolian going to attack in here to Shameful Display. This is a pretty easy defend, I think, for Medalliah. I think getting rid of this Hall of Victories would be pretty clutch. Definitely going to be slowly just getting random spats of honor gain for Medalliah here. This is a military conflict, so we'll see exactly how much Medalliah is willing to commit to this. Shameful Display here going to go out. Honor the Hero 3 trees. Dishonor to get the Tactician. We're going to see a Bonsai spent here, so he can try to get the break. That will put him not quite over. It'll be, oh no, it isn't, just barely over. But because of the Hall of Victories, that's an extra strength, so he's going to have to get the 4 if he actually wants to break this thing. Hero 3 tree still inactive here. One of the tricky parts about this matchup is, since you are not able to use your attachments and all the like, your dynasty in the tower side is actually a little bit weaker, I think, than the dynasty for the honor deck. Ring of Binding comes out on the Gifted Tactician, so that'll keep him from losing this fate this turn. Really needs to find a Zentara so you can overlay this thing. This Gifted Tactician really not doing any favors right now. Medalliah's going to go ahead and pass, and we would need to see one more pump here. I think it's safe to go ahead and use the Tactile Ingenuity, and yeah, we are going to see that here. Looks like he gets For Greater Glory. So yet another save for this tower deck. Tactician can still get voided. Oh yeah, it's only during the Fate phase, okay, so. It's been a hot second since I've seen Ring of Binding, and that's sort of one of the flaws of the Ring of Binding, right? Is that yes, you can save that fate there, but because of the fact that it doesn't protect you from everything, it only protects you when you're first player too. Makes it a little less than appealing. Forebear's Echoes comes out now on this Hero 3 trees, and now we're going to see an Assassination on the Kami Unleashed. Okay, that's pretty sick. Perfect Cut comes out now on one of these Hero 3 trees. So we will see an honored one, and we're going to get 2 honor gain here. Both these 2 are going to leave play, so that's going to be, let's see, 16, 18, 20 by the end of the turn, plus the Hall of Victories is 21. Smolian now out of cards for him to use. I think I would just go ahead and favorable ground out, but it looks like he's just going to use the Q Nakoma trigger now to go ahead and bow the LPB. What happened here? Wait, did we not see Q Nakomi used? That seems like a mistake. Did he just forget to do it? I mean, I didn't see him say anything. Huh, okay. I guess he must have passed through. I don't know what happened there. So this is looking pretty good for Medalliah here because he's gonna be able to go in air on political. He knows that Smolian only has one card in hand, and most likely it's not going to be something that'll save him. It would have to be exactly court games, right? And I don't think it's going to be court games. I think did we see the card? Oh, it's for Greater Glory. Okay, yeah. So we know what it is. So yeah, so there's literally nothing he can do here. He's just gonna go ahead and favorable end to get the Tactician. Samurai Integra is gonna get bowed by the LPB. This is gonna put Medalliah up to 22 honor, and he can go ahead and swing fire on his next attack here. And put himself up to 24. And with the Zentaro leaving play at the end of turn, I believe that's going to be game. So let's see if he sees the line here. Do we need a good old-fashioned use box? This one yells at you to use it, so I don't understand how you can possibly miss the trigger. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty quick one here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Fire ring will honor the Akoma reservist on this defense here, or on this attack rather. So lose an honor, trigger Hall of Victories, honor the Akoma reservist, and then end of the turn. Now we are going to see both Zentaro and the Akoma reservist leave play, and Medalliah's won the game. So turn 2 victory there for Medalliah. Definitely showing how this honor deck can be quick and oppressive, and if you cannot deal with it early, as Smolian showed, then you are going to get run over, right? And so you need to really, mulligan aggressively, I think, for your answers to cards like Hall of Victories, to cards, if you have anything like Cloud the Mind in your deck or anything like that, then that's pretty important to stop some of the static honor gain. But really, the tower deck just very slow in getting started, and it's hard to put pressure on the honor deck before it actually gets rolling. So let's take a look real quick and see how aggressively he mulliganed here. So yeah, only two from Dynasty and 2 from Conflict. You really need to go more aggressively on that. I know that the Imperial Storehouse is tempting, but you got to get something going early. So thanks for tuning in, guys. It was a quick one. I don't think there's another game coming up soon-ish. Let me see. Yeah, the next one's in I think about an hour or so, and I don't think I can catch that one. But thank you guys for tuning in again, and yeah, go line.